Hey everyone, welcome back to the SunnySide. I'm Sunny, and this video right here is for everyone who has their North Node, right? North Node, it looks like the letter N. I'll show you in a second on the chart. In Virgo, right? North Node in Virgo, South Node in Pisces. Once again, North Node in Virgo, South Node in Pisces. But I think you got that from the title or the description box. Anyways, that's the action. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the SunnySide. I'm Sunny. Before we begin, please share the video. The only way we can honestly grow the channel is by sharing the video. So please share the video. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Maybe if you haven't done that yet, maybe give the video a thumbs up, or you can wait till the end, whatever. And that's the action. Welcome back to the SunnySide. So, for those who don't know, I'm a professional astrologer. I do write the horoscopes for some of the newspapers up here in Canada. And if you want a personal reading, just check out how to do that in the description box below. Today, these videos, so just to let you know, these education videos or these information videos, they can be quite long. So just settle in, chill out, grab some coffee. I've got some coffee. And hang out and enjoy the show. All right, so this is how it works. I have a bunch of writings and interpretations from different astrologers and astrology writers over the years, and I'm going to read to you what they have to say, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it, so that you can get this interpretation of the North Node in Virgo, South Node in Pisces from a whole bunch of different angles, and we'll take it from there. I'll also give you my 2 cents as we begin. But before we begin, just got to show you guys a couple of things. Once again, please share the videos. There are a whole bunch of education videos or a whole bunch of videos about the astrology signs on the channel, because obviously it's what we're doing here. And there are also a bunch of live streams. And if you want a personal reading, once again, check it out in the description box below. All right, first up, this is the Astroside.com. This is, we're sponsored by the Astro-Side. SLC, my beautiful and amazing wife, designed all of these hoodies and mugs, Libra mug, Virgo mugs, Cancer mugs, and hoodies and t-shirts for you guys. So if you want to support the channel, please go to the Astroside.com and check it out. This is a badass Pisces hoodie. Can you imagine being a super awesome Pisces and wearing this to yoga? You know, or wearing this to school or wherever you guys go, going for a walk or wearing it to the gym, going grocery shopping with it. It's awesome hoodies. Also, for those who don't know, this is the SunnySide.net, and there are links to all of this in the description box below. This is where you go to get your astrology reports. There are a couple of reports that are on sale right now. Every once in a while they go on sale, so keep checking back. And my book, Emotional Weight Loss, is here. We talk about it, and the store, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, that's the SunnySide.net. All right, let's get down to it. That's the blah, 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 blah. So, Sunny. Hey, Sunny. What's a node, man? Okay, that's a good question. So, this is what the nodes are. This is the description of the nodes. So, imagine that this is the Earth rotating around the Sun. I'm the Sun, and this elephant dude is the Earth. Okay. Earth is big. Gia, mother name, mother Earth. Okay, so this is the Earth. And this is the Earth's rotation around the Sun. This is the Moon. And the Moon rotates around the Earth comes up. And this, so the Earth rotates around the Sun, and the Moon rotates around the Earth. And the spot where the Moon's orbit around the Earth intersects the Earth's orbit around the Sun, right there, those are the nodes. Everybody cool with that? It's not really that weird. It's not really that weird. That's where it is. And in an astrological chart, which is right here, the nodes look like this. This is the North Node. It looks like the letter N. And this is the South Node. It looks like a letter U. And it's not really that weird. It looks like the Moon orbiting around the Earth. It demonstrates the orbit around the Earth. Or a happy guy with a head, whatever. Anyways, it symbolizes the orbit. Now, what's the deal with all of this? I'm going to make it really simple for you guys today. There are a lot of things that people say and about the nodes here, and but let's make it really simple. South node, bad. Wherever the south node is in your chart, it's bad. it's too much. It's too much of an energy. So in this situation, if your south node is in Pisces, then you have too much Pisces in your chart and not enough Virgo in your chart. Now when we read this stuff and when people describe this, they will say, oh, blah 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 blah, or they'll say all of the negative stuff about Pisces. Now Pisces has a lot of good stuff to it. You know, Pisces is a very nurturing sign. Pisces is a dreamy sign. They can be visionaries at times. They're quite insightful. They're an emotionally intuitive sign. But when there's too much of that, it can become smothering. It can become, Pisces is a sign of dogma. Pisces is a sign of getting hurt too easily. You know, they're hurt too easily, and they react to perceived hurts before they realize it's a hurt or not. And as such, Pisces have difficulty healing themselves. You know, Pisces are a healing sign, but sometimes when you're trying to heal somebody, sometimes the medicine is worse than or the cure is worse than the disease, and that's what happens when there's too much of that stuff going on. And they have to, and it's too dreamy. It's too much using your intuition. It's too blind faith. It's too much. You know, there's a Pisces like to give people chance. Pisces like to support the underdog. But when there's too much South Node action, you're no longer supporting the underdog. You're sticking up for a loser. You know, the Pisces very often stick up for drug addicts. Pisces fall into the trap of drugs and escapism. And because Pisces rules drugs, because Pisces rules drugs, Pisces, the sign of Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of illusions and escapism. And so, what the fuck, you know? So too much of that, going out and having a little fun, you know, if someone falls down and helping someone down on their luck is a good thing, but the negative side of all that is too much of that. They're giving everything away. They're not being enough Virgo, which is sticking to the facts. There's like, you know what? I believe in this guy. I believe in this guy, Pisces. I believe in this guy. Let's give this guy a chance. And the Virgo steps in and says, you know, this guy's an absolute fucking moron. How can you lose this? This guy is a total fucking drug addict. How can you help this fucking guy? And Pisces is like, well, let's do it anyways. And suddenly Pisces drown themselves and everyone around them by having blind faith, blind optimism, or clouded in this sense of illusion. In the Tarot, this is not a Tarot video, by the way. This is obviously an astrology video. But the Pisces card is so here. The Pisces card in the Tarot, I guess I'm not going to go through every single Tarot card to pull it out for you. But it's represented by the moon in astrology. And the moon, oh, here it is. So, no, sorry. The Pisces card in the Tarot is actually the moon. Now in astrology, the moon rules Cancer. Very, very much the moon rules Cancer. But in the Tarot, this Pisces card is all about illusion. It's not illusions like the Hanged Man. Pisces energy is a combination of two cards. One, it's this card, the moon card, which is about being lost in the darkness. You know, you can't see what's going on. You're under some kind of illusion. You don't know what's happening. And the moon card, the card of Neptune, rules the Hangman, which is illusions. So you have two. So Pisces. So a good part of Pisces is believing in people. You know, it's sticking up for the underdog. It's seeing some injustice and fighting for it. But on the negative side, too much of that, it's getting drawn into the world of losers and drug addicts and failures and, you know, being self-absorbed. It's just getting sucked into nonsense. And so Pisces is trying to heal someone who won't heal. And that's a problem. It's a situation of not letting the facts speak for themselves. And that's the way it is. All right, whatever. So, once again, South Node, bad. North Node is also bad. And it plays out like this. If you have too much Pisces, then the North Node is going to suffer. You're not going to look at the facts. You're going to have trouble in that part of your chart. So if your mental health, Pisces rules mental health. If your mental health suffers, then your physical health, which is Virgo, is going to suffer as well. Does that make sense, everyone? If you do too much under this illusion, too much is, hanging out with drug addict, too much with I gotta lay off the drug addict. Pisces is an easy target. But too much sticking up for believing in giving people a chance, then the facts aren't gonna speak for themselves. And so as such, if this drags you down, if there's too much of this, it's gonna drag this down as well. So your goal, so everyone is going to have, but every one of these guys has both of this in the chart. They have the negative side of Pisces, or too much Pisces, and as a result, it's going to damage this part of the life, the Virgo part of their life. Now, to balance the Pisces out, to make the Pisces happy, the South Node happy, you have to make the Virgo side happy. Stick to a plan. Pisces is like, hey man, what's up? And Pisces can stick to a plan, definitely, if they want to. And, stick to a plan, stick to the facts, take things very tangibly. This is what we have. And if you do that, if you use a combination of your intuition and the facts, you're going to be one happy person. Everybody got that? Whatever, Sonny. No big deal. Just kidding. All right, so that's how it works. All right. Everybody cool? So that's the deal. So let's see what these guys have to say about it. There's so once again, wherever South Node is in your chart, that's a challenge, and the North Node is what you need to, to raise everything, raise your vibration, so to speak. Okay, here we go. Now this is a little long. Some of these guys went. Oh no, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, some of these guys went on and on about this, and this can be pretty long. But that's my 2 cents on it. Just my 2 cents. There's a little bit more, but that's the gist of it. Oh, once again, please share the videos. Please tell everybody. Okay. Anything else that you need to know? Yeah, in astrology, the North Node is known as a dragon's head, and they'll talk about it. And the South Node is known as a dragon's tail. They also say the South Node has Saturn tendencies, and as a result, the South Node can be karma. And some astrologers say it's what you bring into your life from a past life. So it's the karma of your past lives, and this is where you're headed. This is your spiritual resolution, is the other side. That's what they say, man, because it's up to you. You may or may not believe all that stuff. But that's what they say. This is what happened, your karmic past lives, and your journey is towards your North Node for spiritual awakening. That's what they say. I'm just saying, too much Pisces and too much South Node, bad. And you balance that, and that part of your chart, the South Node, if it's bad, it will bring down the North Node. And it will definitely hamper your life. And the way you resolve this is by using some of the tendencies found in the South Node, found in the North Node. Everybody cool? Okay, so that's the action. All right, here we go. George Mercury says, the dragon's head in Virgo, which is the North Node, gives fine aspirations. All right, because the Virgo is, they're a tangible sign. It's an ideal position for poets and writers, but because it's both, right? You wouldn't think a Virgo would be a poet or a writer, but remember, these people have everyone has both of these energies in them at the time, whatever the nodes are, right? The nodes are like this. Someone left a question on one of the videos saying, is it normal to have the South Node and the North Node at the same degree? Yes, of course. It's directly opposite. It's where it cuts the axis. Okay, so it's an ideal position for poets and writers, but not for business people, as it is too idealistic and not sufficiently practical, right? It's too much South Node, too much Pisces going on. But you could balance that out easily. This position of the dragon's head is not good for marriage. Physical love, okay, not good for marriage. Physical love is non-existent, but on the other hand, there may be much platonic or idealistic love. Pisces is into idealistic love. There's an entire there's an entire absence of anything mean. The mind endeavors to free itself from matter, and this does not always benefit relationships. The native does not view life in its true perspective. It's dreamy, right? Too much Pisces, too dreamy. And will therefore have to contend with the problems of existence. Success comes nevertheless after a long delay. There may be they say that about all the signs. There may be a fortunate and wealthy marriage, which will turn out happily if helped by good aspects of Venus and the Moon. Failing this, the position often indicates celibacy. The dragon's tail in Pisces, or the south node in Pisces, is again a sign of deceit in love and of infidelity. You guys got that? You guys want to know who cheats in relationships? South node in Pisces. This native unconsciously indulges in gossip, which is detrimental to him. The position also brings physical and moral sufferings brought about through the native himself. A general, stability in matters connected with the affections will never exist. It's too much Pisces, and so you got to balance it out, man. All right, next. Isabel Hickey, but remember, they have both of the energies. People are going to say bad things about the Pisces and good things about the Virgo, but this person has both of this energy in them. Both of these energies. Isabel Hickey says, North Node in the sign of discrimination and purity, that's Virgo. North Node in Virgo, discrimination and purity, shows that these are the qualities that will lead to growth and progress in this life. The hidden Christ within, which is like the Pisces is the sign, is one of the signs of spirituality, and Pisces is considered Christ energy, just to let you guys know. It's the martyr sign, right? This hidden Christ within must be expressed through service. South Node in Pisces would show past tendencies of escapism, copping out of responsibility, and it would be easy to follow that pattern in this life, for the tendency could be there unless the rest of the chart showed something differently. Senses and sensuality have been strong in the past, and now the higher senses must prevail. Next, Martin Schulman says, the objective here is crystallization. Okay, whatever. The individual has to overcome past life superstitions which now impede his growth and see clearly the truth of all things before him. Okay. Prior tendencies to be dependent on others, as well as to swim in the self-pity of non-achievements, are strong obstacles to be dealt with and surpassed in the current life. So he's saying these guys, and they bring with them into this life the self-node, right? It's past life karma. Prior tendencies to be dependent on others, as well as to swim in the self-pity and non-achievements, are strong obstacles. All right. The individual must make every attempt not to allow himself to become bewildered amidst the maze of confusion that clouds his inner vision. All right. Like that's the moon card in the tarot. Strongly conscious of trying not to hurt other people, he spends much effort to develop the ability to say what he really feels. In essence, his weak spot is hurting himself, even though he will have many opportunities in this life to know better. Right? It's the martyr card. This is being a martyr. He must work to build his confidence, from which he ultimately learns that nothing happens in this life until his goals and objectives are clearly defined. In past incarnation, and this is pretty much everybody, right? He's just, he says we're talking about Pisces here, but he's actually kind of talking about everybody. So everybody has to learn to build their confidence in this area of the chart where they have the South Node. In past incarnations, this individual was deceived, right? This South Node in Pisces is deception. This individual was deceived by many through his overly compassionate tendency to fall for sob stories. Now, he still cringes at the sight of suffering, strongly feeling the emotion of other people's pain. He therefore, or thereby, allows external sorrows to drain him of his strength until he reaches the point where he's had enough. Then the realization that his soft heart is his weak spot, and it pushes him to his Virgo North Node, where he begins to develop the ability to discriminate between what's truly worthy of his sympathy and what is indeed fantasy. He spends much time in the current life sifting through his value systems, discarding all that's unimportant so that he may ultimately develop a filtering system which will enable him to make critical judgments without being swayed emotionally. And oh, yeah, that's okay. Okay, fair enough. This incarnation is to teach him how to swim out of the pea soup he has fallen into. And what never ceases to amaze him is the fact that so subtle was he slipping into illusion that he actually never saw it happen. It's true. Because Pisces is just trying to help you. They don't mean to get sucked in. You know, he must try to avoid escapism and daydreaming at all costs. For in the end, these weaken him to the point that he may forget how to function on the physical earth plane. From past incarnations, his intuition is usually strong and accurate, but with it comes the Piscean depressions stemming from a sensitivity to other people's disappointments. Everybody cool with that? You can get sucked into other people's dramas. In learning the karmic lessons of not to depend, he ultimately discovers that all that he's desired to lean on eventually comes to lean on him. You guys got that? He constantly has to pull out of events, circumstances, and relationships whose very heaviness cloud his vision. His own pity for other people can lead him into positions in which he spreads himself too thinly. Hating to tell people what they don't wish to hear, he develops the art of subtlety. Because these are people helping everybody. They always help everybody, and then they get sucked into the drama. One of his biggest lessons in this life is to develop the ability to say no and mean it. For the softest plea from a tear-stained eye has always made him go back on his word. Well, he knows his own weaknesses, and it's through this knowledge that he can develop his greatest strength. By the refusal to be swept off his feet by emotion, he gradually swims his way out of confusion. Many with this nodal position have been through past life persecution experiences, and as a result they develop a deep understanding of the pain of others. Still, they can be deceived by others almost as if their inner gentleness becomes confused with weakness, to the point of inviting again in this life the very persecution they're running from. These people are ridiculously easy to take advantage of. These guys are dumped on constantly, and these guys are constantly being taken advantage of. They have the ability to carry deep hurts within them for many years, yet from time to time the buildup eats away at their nervous system. Oh yeah, these guys can have nervous problems. You know, they can get watch their health. Here, Virgo in the North Node can act as a savior by cueing them into the diet and health conditions which will bring the most benefit. These nodes are especially helpful in the fields of medicine and healing, where the past life carryover of a strong compassion for humanity, coupled with a fresh desire for perfection, can be readily expressed. Idealism is high, but the soul's memory of a lack of self-confidence brought about by so much past persecution makes it difficult for the individual to actually believe that he can reach his ideals. He is constantly to fight the tendencies he feels towards giving up. Ultimately, it's the great wisdom learned through the bitter lessons of the Pisces South Node that redeem him. It goes in both directions. For no matter how difficult conditions get, he still clings to his rainbow dream where peace and love rule the world. He is highly critical of others when he sees them falling short of the perfected ideals he knows they are capable of reaching. Okay, South Node and Pisces, these motherfuckers bitch like it's nobody's fucking business. They're like, blah! Oh, and the other half is Virgo. Like, these are the two bitchiest signs on the planet. All right, no offense. No offense. You can balance that out. You could keep your shit together if you want. It's not your fault it happened in a past lifetime. He's highly critical of others when he sees them falling short of perfected ideals. He has to learn to, that's the way, it's a sign of dogma. He has to learn to put into practical use the essence of his own ideas when he's always vaguely felt but has been unable to verbalize. These people get frustrated. To the extent that this continues, he feels misunderstood, obviously. But it's because he doesn't understand himself. That's the situation. It's always, he's shrouded in an illusion. Sometimes they know what they're doing and they can't help themselves. So keep that in mind too. Sometimes they're highly affected by their environment. South Node in Pisces is probably the most affected by their environment. I think that's the whole point of Pisces. Pisces is the sign of is highly affected by their environment. To the extent that this continues, he feels must understand. Okay. In times of need, he truly wishes for others to help him, yet he feels that it wouldn't be fair to ask for such help. Instead, he keeps seeking out people with depth, silently hoping that they who can see through him will care enough to fathom his problems. Constantly seeking warmth in others, he turns stone cold when in the company of coarse or crude individuals. Very true. Very Libra-ish in that way. One of the most beautiful things about the Pisces South Node is that as the years go by, he's afforded the opportunity to develop forgiveness for those who have hurt him in his life. Yeah, that's one. Pisces can forgive. Seriously. Scorpio can't forgive. Cancer always feels the pain. Pisces can forgive. These nodes represent the clouds and the sunshine, the illusions and the real, always seeking the same, some better state. This individual eventually comes to learn why other people suffer so much. Until he learns this, he goes far out of his way at the risk of hurting himself to help any and other who suffer. This is a martyr, right? This is a guy who will damage himself to help others. And Pisces, we've been in the era of Pisces for the last 2,000 years. Being a martyr is a very romantic thing right now. If you listen to it, it's one of the most romantic things that people hear is self-sacrifice. It's one of the ways to become a saint, sacrificing yourself to help others. It's highly romantic in this period. As we move on into the deeper into the age of Aquarius, being a martyr is going to lose its luster, and there's going to be more "fuck you, I'm not doing that, get your own shit together." There's going to be more Leo, me, and more Aquarius, this is your own fucking fault, kind of attitude, and less I will die for you, I love you so much, I'll die for your fucking drunk ass, I'll die for your stupid ass. Less and less of that, and more, we got to go through this together. More Aquarius aloof attitude. All right, just saying. He must not overlook the details. Okay, his current life karma is to strive for purification and perfection in himself, while tolerating with gentleness, weakness in others. This brings him his biggest lesson: self-discipline. That's the lesson, self-discipline. He must learn clearly when to let the water run and when to shut it off, and when to alter its course. He must not overlook details. That's Virgo. For it's often the Piscean lack of attention to detail that causes him to miss clearly of the understanding that he's seeking. By developing a clear perspective, he can start to avoid the tendency to excess that he has brought with him into this life. He is so happy. Man, this guy goes on and on and on. What is this? This guy must be a Pisces writing about himself or his girlfriend or something. I don't know. If he's to be happy, his life must be dedicated to service rather than secretly wishing others to drown his past sorrows or seeking out, misery loves company. His biggest lesson of all is never to doubt the purity of his objectives. Remember that misery loves company, and they're bringing wounds, right? Pisces is healing wounds. They're bringing wounds with them into this lifetime and seeking it out. So, but you have to really heal it, right? Heal it, don't get sucked into the drama. This individual is starting to make things work on the earth plane, as all people with the nodes here. In past lives, he developed an intuitive understanding of the nature by which man and the machine function. But now he's confronted with putting this knowledge to use. Rather than daydreaming about some future far-off moment when all his dreams might come true, he must be careful to make all times, the present as well as places here, for only through living in the here and now is he able to funnel his crystalline form, the vast reservoirs of essences which he has accumulated through all of his lifetimes. Wow, that's very poetic, motherfucker. What else do you have to say? So all he's saying is you got to focus on the details, let the facts, you don't have to let the facts do anything. Just try and pay attention to the reality and don't let it's just about having boundaries. That's all it is. He's to become the focusing lens on a form projector which contains millions upon millions of blurred negatives. Yet through his north node, he is capable of refining each one so that ultimately no knowledge he has ever acquired will be wasted. In effect, this is a rather frugal node position. Here also the mind and life become as machine, with all the separate parts forming an integral part of the whole. When any parts of the life is not functioning possibly, it must be immediately immediately repaired it is. I'm tired of this fucking guy. He's going on and on and on and on. Thus, life is geared to striving to raise efficiency in order out of the sea of the Piscean whirlpool. Much prior life work was spent in renunciation. Now, okay, renunciation. That's the Virgo side. Virgo saying no, 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 no. All right, so now only vague memories remain. In this life, the individual must learn to display the perfected ideas he achieves through giving up all but his appreciation of the divine essence. How the fucking you motherfucker? All right, let's move on. This guy's fucking starting. This guy this guy's got into fucking astrological fucking masturbation. I wish you didn't just jerk off on my computer like that. Fuck. Next, Donna Van Toen says, everybody calming down? Everybody got, obviously that guy's got into the preachiness, right? Like we said, it gets dogmatic. Donna Van Toen says, you need to work. You need to learn to work. Okay? Work. Virgo, work. And the Piscean South Node might say, yeah, but that means giving up privacy. All right, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So it says the problem is an inability to analyze feelings. That's an interesting thing. Inability to analyze feelings. Possible reasons might be excessive tolerance of unacceptable behaviors from others. It's a very common situation with this excessive Pisces energy. Remember, South Node is like a bowl that overflows. Excessive energy. So in here we say excessive tolerance of unacceptable behavior from others. Faulty reasoning. A tendency to gloss over flaws. A tendency to help others while letting your own life disintegrate. That's a big one. A tendency to help others while letting your own life disintegrate. Escapist tendencies. Your early upbringing having led you to a you owe me attitude. Because these are martyrs, right? A negative, people who are always doing for others. Even if they're not asked, they're going to do for others and expect others to do for them. It's kind of like, it's just the way it is. So it's just a thing, All right. Okay. Solution. Channel your fantasies into creative work. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Health problems are frequent manifestations of the Virgo North Node. Everybody cool with that? Health problems. A Pisces South Node imbalance. These may be physical or mental, real or imagined. Right? Okay. Real or imagined. Both fear of people and excessive dependency are common. Sometimes simultaneously. You can have a fear of people and excessive dependency. Remember, it's both of the energies at the same time. Compulsive overeating, right? Or an obsession with thinness can be a manifestation. These are the health signs. Pisces, mental health, Virgo, physical health. Occasionally, I've seen this position, she's seen in this position in what she calls the spiritual or psychological hypochondriac, who drifts from guru to soothsayer to therapist looking for someone capable of solving his or her problems for him. Invariably, there's a craving for happiness. However, they generally can't define what this happiness is, except to say that there'd be no more problems. All right. Well, when you use your Virgo North Node to help this, you can have a potential for objectivity and practicality, and it becomes channeled into some meaningful work. Now, some of the signs of an overdeveloped Pisces South Node are excessive daydreaming, constant requests for help, a too sweet for words facade, strange attitudes towards work, little control over emotions, masochistic or morbid tendencies, sucking up to others, overall discontentment with his or her lot in life, shallowness, game playing, moodiness, a tendency to attract chaotic conditions and disorganized people. You attract losers, right? You go, you help losers. North Node, which is okay. You give the guy a chance. It's a good thing. Pisces, good. Too much, not good. North Node in Virgo dreams of being the trusted second in command. That's a neat one. That's very Virgo. I like that. The North Node in Virgo dreams of being the trusted second in command without whom things would fall apart. He or she wants to be a policymaker, a manager, or at least the chief executive's right-hand person. Like a chief financial officer or something. Chief information officer. He or she wants to be known as someone who can't be deceived or bondoogled. Cute word. This is generally a quiet person whose feelings are more important than logic in terms of outlining a direction in life. Now, that doesn't sound very Virgo. However, it's Virgo and Pisces together. It's an axis here. It's two of them together. Instead of a policymaker, he or she is generally a dreamer who dreams, whose dreams seldom become realities. He or she lacks, or at least hasn't developed, the analytical abilities inherent in the Virgo moon. He or she is vague about goals and vaguer still about how to realize them. So this person can very seriously succeed in life, but they have to, lay down some action. Man, I shouldn't have read all of that one guy. He just fucking went on and on and on. Another guy here goes on and on and on. Holy jeez. How can you, it's like so many words to just say, dude, get your head out of the fucking clouds. And dude, I didn't say pull your head out of your ass. That's the other way around. North node and South node in Virgo, pull your head out of your ass. South node in pull your head out of your ass. The facts are fucking lying to you. Use your intuition. The bullshit's there. But South node in Pisces, not pull your head out of your ass. It's pull your head out of the clouds. It's clouded. It's like, what's going on? Come on, man. It's not going to happen, Get some reality in here. You're so good. You're so talented. You're so intuitive. You're like, fucking lay down some action, man. Anyways, Mohan Kaparkar says, previous incarnation for this person was quite a mediocre life. He did not have many opportunities because he could not properly identify them and use them. All he had was a great sense of instincts in that life. In this lifetime, he may not explicitly believe his inner instinct, as his logic and senses are well developed. He would want to achieve things entirely by their use. He would like to he's saying it in a backwards kind of way, all right? But what he is saying is he wants to achieve things he should achieve things through logic, but he's stuck using his intuition. Right. As a fail-safe mechanism, he's been given the gift of insight to things, which he can use in great need. Discrimination is one of his major enemies, as he often mistakes decisions based upon prediscrimination. English is your third language? He's been given many opportunities in this life, but at the same time, he has to achieve them very methodically. All right, let's move on. Hayden Paul says quite a bit. He goes on for quite a bit, but there's just two more here. Let's see what he says. Hayden Paul says, one challenge is how to relate your emotionally sensitive perceptions to the world in a way that becomes creatively positive and bridges both spiritual and physical realities. Yeah, good point. Man, these guys can be amazing artists, amazing healers. Wow, it's like these are really insightful people who speak in another language and see things in a very unique way. If they can bring it to reality, to relate it to others, these can be exceptional people. You tend to depend upon others to define your life direction, obviously. Okay, next. Your weak spot is emotions. You will be highly compassionate, feeling the world's suffering and pain due to empathic attunement to others' anguish. True. This means you're touchy-feely and empathic. You're sensitive to the world around you. And I say it all the time when I'm reading the horoscopes for you guys during the week. Some of the astrological transits will affect certain signs worse than others. For certain things happening around Pisces affects them more if, say, it was happening around an Aquarius. Aquarius may or may not care. Sagittarius definitely don't give a shit. Leo, as long as you worship, so just saying. Watch the weekly horoscopes or the daily horoscopes or hang out for the live streams and you'll learn more about this. This may inspire efforts to minimize pain in others and will eventually be displayed through tact and diplomacy, often controlling what you say, feel, and think. You try to remold yourself to avoid giving offense to others. True. But in so doing, you can damage your integrity and become confused by ignoring the messages of your feelings. A combination of sympathy, sensitivity, inner-outer evasion can weaken and distort your energies, strength, and ideas, leaving you open to exploitation by unscrupulous characters. So there's something that is like, look at it compared to Libra. Libra wants everybody to get along. So they're going to try, Libra's going to try and make peace. Let's all get along. What the hell? Yeah, that guy's an asshole, but this is why. Yeah, that guy's like this, but this is why. You know, there's a this and a that to it. But Pisces is different. Pisces has a tendency to want very much to be liked by the other person. So Pisces will do anything to please someone else. That's the thing. You know, and they like, and so if someone, because Pisces has this deep desire to want to be liked by someone else, one of the easiest ways to do it is to help someone in need. Pisces, and it's the martyr syndrome. If I help a person in need, they're going to like me because I help them. And that's the deal with Pisces. I'm going to help you. You're in trouble. I'm going to help you so that you like me. And they will do anything like that. They'll do anything to help someone in need. Just like the Virgo wants to, you know, they want to help people, but not necessarily, Virgo doesn't necessarily want to help someone in need. They want to keep the structure together. All right, emotions will dominate judgment and decision makings, and you need clarity as to your real needs, desires, and thoughts. Saying no to others poses problems because they're not going to fucking like you if you say no. But boundaries are important. And you are easily undermined when others appeal to your vulnerable emotions and persuade you to change your mind. Self-assertion is required when you are confronted by others. Acknowledge the equal importance of your individuality and be less passive in self-sacrificing attitude. Escapism, daydreaming, and fantasies attract, and you may retreat into an ideal and perfect inner world where all is good. This is the conflict between illusions and external reality, which reflect the interplay between the Virgonian, the dream of perfection, Virgo's dream of perfection, and the Piscean dream of idealism. So it's a mix of perfectionism and idealism. And this makes someone a real bitchy person. A misapplication of these impair your ability to deal with the real world. You can contribute to society when you work your strengths, which emerge from an idealistic vision applied to daily life to benefit others. All right. So, you may display idealism, but until you achieve self-confidence, it may limit opportunities to manifest ideals, or even give up making the effort. Yet it will be lessons learned from these struggles which strengthen you. Often, disillusionment is a most effective teacher. The challenge is to continue to maintain your dream of peace and love ruling the world, right? Peace and love ruling the world, despite the painful struggle. But you guys can definitely do this. You have to live your vision, your beliefs, your principles in the outer world. They have no reality if they remain as dreams. Oh, yeah. If they need testing in the crucible of daily experience. Your sensitivity, spirituality, and vision of the ideal world need grounding, even in a small way. And it is a step forward. All right. Next, finally. You just got to watch out. You know, this people just trying to, you know, help people. That's all you're trying to do. You sense people struggling and you want to help them. The only problem is sometimes these people that you help, they don't want to be helped, or they want to suck you into their bullshit too, because misery loves company, and they're going to make you miserable, and it's going to fuck you up. And and if the Virgo North Node of you is not activated, you might fail to recognize that the person is full of shit. But if you can activate both of these things, you can be compassionate and have strong boundaries, and you really can help a tremendous amount of people. You can do exactly what you want to do. You just have to, be able to cut through other people's bullshit. Use Virgo to cut the bullshit. Next, and finally, Bruno and Louise Hubert say, the mutable earth sign Virgo calls for mobility, fluidity, and flexibility. In contrast to, let's say, Leo, we should total up everything of real value in our life and discard the pomp and circumstance. We must come to terms with the community in which we live and the environment as a whole. The you is clearly emphasized here. What the hell is this person talking about? This. Next. The North Node in Virgo should make us willing to adopt a positive approach to the people around us and to see and understand what they really need before giving them what we have to offer. Right. So they're saying, use the Virgo, because remember, you have both of these in you. So just use your Virgo North Node to see what the person really needs, and then do your Pisces, heal them. So your Pisces recognizes this intuitively. South Node, it's built into you. So you intuitively recognize something, or you sense something. Then you use your Virgo North Node to figure it out. If you use your Pisces South Node, you won't figure it out. It's illusions. It's like nurse. It's like hug. Oh shit, we just died. It's, oh shit, this guy needs something. Then your Virgo North Node is saying, maybe he needs a hug. Maybe he needs a shot of Jack Daniels. I don't know what he needs. So like, use your Virgo North Node to figure it out. And that's the action. Now some of these guys are pretty harsh on this situation. Just remember, everybody has the North Node and the South Node in their chart. And everybody has South Node tendency. Wherever the South Node is in your chart, that's where there are going to be problems. Or that's where there's going to be too much of a particular energy. So let's say you're a Leo. And a Leo is supposed to be a me sign. Look at me, look at me, look at me. But if this person is a Leo, but they have their South Node in Pisces, this is going to be a very dreamy, artsy-fartsy Leo who's very much going to be a martyr trying to help everybody. See how it goes together? So you might be a Leo, and like, Leo's supposed to be me. I do all my stuff helping other people. Hey, Sonny, I'm a Leo. They say Leo is selfish, but all I do is I give money to everybody. I give all my shit to everybody. What the hell's with that? And that's the way it is, So the North Node the South Node has a very strong pull in you. Or you can be an Aries. Aries is supposed to be an argumentative sign. You go, I'm not argumentative. I'm a Pisces. I'm my South Node is in Pisces. You could be like, Sonny, I'm an Aries. I don't argue with nobody. All I want to do, not me. I just want to help everybody. I do all this shit to help everybody. What the fuck, But that's what's going on. You're more than your sun sign. And right now, just reminding you guys again, the South Node is where there's too much of a particular energy, and you balance that out with your North Node. And some people say it's your karmic lessons, or your South Node, and your spiritual path is the movement from your South Node to your North Node. I say just be cool. On the sunny side, it's ABC, always be cool. That's the action. Anyways, that's the action. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. I hope everybody learned a little bit today. Once again, just want to remind you guys to check out theastroside.com. If you're a Pisces, the best thing that you can do is, if you're a Pisces and you have too much Pisces energy, you should wear it loud and proud. Wear this. Go out, get one of these really cool Pisces hoodies, buy it for one of your friends, buy it for one of your kids. Look at this. If you're a Scorpio Pisces rising, if you're a Pisces Scorpio rising, you're probably going to want to wear this black one. If you're a Pisces Libra rising, you're probably going to want to wear this blue one. If you're Pisces Aries rising, you want to wear the red one, or a Leo rising. I like them. I like it. SLC did an amazing job. My wife's the best, man. She really is. All right. And that's the action, guys. So that's the action. Head over to the Sagittarius. All right, whatever. So anyways, that's the action. Once again, please subscribe to the channel. Please share the videos. Please check out some of the other videos on the channel. If you're interested in studying a little bit of astrology, then sign up for one of my workshops. Check out the description box below, because we every once in a while I put some of the astro reports on sale. And that's the action. With that, from TheSunnySide.net, and donate to the channel. From TheSunnySide.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a super, super beautiful day. And I'll see you guys soon.